welcome to another installment of In Pursuit of Perfection with Tamno Priye Hosful, and welcome to another moment in the Word. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing stay. You know, the idea of staying is something that we are faced with in every single point in our lives. There are some times that we have to wait for some certain things that we desire to become manifest, and for us to be able to see those things manifest in the way they need to be manifested, sometimes it requires us to wait. Now, in especially in this generation, waiting has become something that has put a dampener on the minds of many young people, because we have become used to not waiting. Everything can come instantaneously. The internet has made information so easy to grasp. Before, you would have to go to a library, you have to go to a newspaper stand, you have to go to some certain places where these informations are being released at some certain point in time. But right now, with the advent of the information age, we find out that it is so easy to get in contact with some certain kinds of information. If you want to cook, you have a microwave. Sometimes you can just toss some things in the oven, set a minute, and instantaneously you have something to eat. It has greatly accelerated our minds when it comes to not wanting to wait, because we believe we can always get what it is we want when we want it. And this idea has now put us in a bit of a bother when it comes to some certain things that we have planned in life. Because for us to be able to manifest some things, it requires us to be patient and allow some certain things to be built up, and also allow some certain things to pass by. And if we do not have the right type of mindset while we are in those moments, it puts a little bit of a dampener on the manifestation of those things. In some cases, our inability to be patient can actually cause those things to pass us by, because we were not able to stand and wait for ourselves to be built up to become what it is that God had intended us to become in a certain time or a certain period. A certain scripture, I believe it is in James chapter 1, said that you have to be patient, because patience is working something out in you that is going to make you complete, whole, entire, lacking nothing. Lacking nothing. It's an idea that we must capture, that when things are working in a certain way and sometimes it does not seem to be moving as fast as you want it to move, it might be a moment for you to just say, okay, let me just allow myself to build. Because the thing is, if you do not allow yourself to build in the right kind of way, even if you get what you are looking for, eventually you might despise it. That's the thing about your mindset while you are waiting. If you are angry, if you are upset that the things have not come at the time that you wanted them to come, even when they come, you will not like it. It is a very real possibility that when you receive the thing that you have been crying for, because it not come at the time you wanted it, meanwhile it came at the time God had appointed for it, you will despise what it is that you've been given, because you did not get it at your behest. But there are some times that God knows that us getting some certain things at a certain time is going to actually be a disadvantage to us, because we have not engaged the ability to maintain that thing properly. So he waits for a time and for a mindset that is ready for you to be able to handle that thing. But if you are not waiting properly, if your mind is not focused, if you're not actually doing a lot of self-searching, checking your heart, knowing whether it is you have the right mind for that thing that you are waiting for, then it is also possible that you get what it is that you've been desiring, and then you hate it. You decide that I can't deal with it now, it's not coming when I wanted it, and your focus has shifted to something else, because the one that you wanted in that moment has not shown itself up. And this happens a lot much more than you probably think. That is the reason why sometimes our desires seem like fleeting whims, because when it is that we wanted it, we didn't get it. Then when the time was right for us to get it, our focus had shifted to something else. And that thing that our focus has shifted onto now might either not be good for us, or might now require also another waiting period for us to be able to see those things manifest. So it seems like you're in a cycle of delays. In a cycle of delays because your mindset while waiting is not right. It is necessary for you to be able to look at the circumstance and the situation that you happen to be in the moment and say, okay, I think there is something else I need to do. I need to build. I need to adjust myself. I need to advance in some certain things. My mind needs to still be prepared to receive what it is. It is a pain in this generation sometimes to wait, because when you are waiting, it seems as though time is running by you. When you are waiting, it seems as though some certain other people are going ahead of you. When you are waiting, it seems as though things are not just manifesting at the rates that you want them to manifest. But the thing is, the Bible is very clear in saying that everything is beautiful in its own time. There is a time, there is a season, there is a moment where things are able to manifest themselves properly to produce the results that you actually need from them. If you pluck the flower before it is in full bloom, you're not getting the real beauty of that flower. Is it still the flower? Yes, but it is not in full bloom. There is still something that thing still needs to produce before it is at its majestic best. But because you have challenged it at a time when it is not necessary for it to be manifest, you are now cutting short its ability to really beautify the space with which you want to actually place it. So it has become necessary for us to be able to take a step back and allow some things to develop. Sometimes the things need to develop, and sometimes we need to develop. We need to become a better version of ourselves to be able to handle those things. But our minds cannot be so clouded by the fact that so many circumstances and things are happening around us that we are not able to see that there is something that needs to be done in and around our lives to get that thing that we desire. Your mindset in waiting is key, so you do not despise the gift of God. No, he says the gift of God is without repentance. God is not going to take it away from you per se, but when it will now be manifest, will your heart still desire that thing? Will your heart still be looking for that manifestation? Will your heart still be looking for that business? Will your heart still be looking for that person? There is something about when your mind is set, when your heart is set, when you are still focused on what it is that you know you are meant to receive, as against just, if it doesn't come now, I don't care, on to the next one. We have seen, so many things. It's so easy now to start a business. You just type some things online and you do this. Drop shipping. I'm going to open a website. Now it's so easy to do this. This has become so easy to do that. That is something that is prevalent in our generation. But it has now removed the mindset and the idea that something can be a slow boil. There are some certain things that when you cook, you do not rush it. The heat is not too high. You have to cook it on low so that every single seasoning can seep into that thing that you are cooking. It is not because you're not hungry. It's not because you are not expectant. But if you're saying it takes too long, even when that meal is ready, you will not appreciate the goodness of what it is that has been placed into it. And while you are not, your mind is not set on that thing at the right time, it is very easy to go and look for a stopgap measure, which now makes the appreciation of that thing when it comes a loss. It makes it a loss. That's why I said you will despise what it is you were looking for if you do not wait the right way. There is a right way to wait. There is a right way to follow. There is a right way to do some certain things that we've been called to do. It is necessary for us to have this patience to wait, to see these things that we've been desiring come to be. There is a necessity for us to plan. There's a necessity for us to lay foundations. There's a necessity for us to build walls. There's a necessity for us to put coverings. These things are necessary actually. They are necessary to see what it is that we are building, to be able to stand against the storms of life that are going to come against it. The reason why there are many things that seem to fall apart so quickly, businesses open today and close tomorrow, is because the foundations that those businesses were built on were not solid enough to be able to stand against the winds and the waves of life that are inevitably going to come against it. Wait. The Bible said that they that wait on the Lord, they shall renew their strength. There is a place where God is giving you strength to be able to stand because you are waiting. But if you despise the moment of waiting, you're also rejecting the strength of God that is meant to make you manifest the reality that you are seeking from Him. So, wait. Wait and wait the right way. Wait and wait expectant. Wait and wait prepared. Do not just wait. The parable of the 10 virgins, some people were just waiting while some others were waiting prepared. And those that were waiting prepared, when the opportunity came for them to step into what they were meant to step into, we find out that some were now lacking while some others were present. Wait the right way. Let your mind be set squarely on what it is God has called you for, and let your heart also not reject that moment where God is transforming you, even by the experiences that you have in this moment. This has been Tamno Prehos for giving you the word. I hope this was a blessing to you, and I hope by hearing this you have been moved to actually wait the right way and wait expectantly. God bless you, and catch you in the next one. Our next video is going to be our prayer video, our bi-monthly prayer series. It's a time for us to gather and pray. So come expectant, and God is going to do something marvelous in your life. Bye-bye.